What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shimer Fantasy Battle Report. I got another battle report for you today. It is Hogfest Round 4 2018, guys. It's already like March 2019 and it's like almost St. Patrick's Day, but I'm over here recording videos from like 6 months ago because I'm a lazy bastard. That's why. That's why. Anyways, guys, this is round 4 of Hogfest, and now if you guys have caught my first day wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. I did win against Euron. I lost 2 games against Jake Murphy, motherfucking Murphy, and Jeremy Schweitzer, but they were really small losses, like a 12-8 and 11-9. Going into this game, I'm playing Ben Kerr. Now, this is the first time I've ever met Ben Kerr, I believe. This is the first time I've ever played Ben Kerr, and this is going to be really interesting. This is a West Coast guy coming into this game. So he's playing Dark Elves as well. Here's a picture of Ben. And here's a picture of the table. Now, the table actually had a pretty cool theme. We did play with the water feature and the frickin' bridge, which was kind of annoying. I got stuck on this side of the table, too, to top it off. Let's go over my magic real quick. It looks like I have Fate's Judgment on... Oh, these are his magic. Fate's Judgment, Unerring Strike, Crippling Fatigue, and Scrying. As you can see, this is how I deployed. This is how he deployed. I think we're playing... I want to say we're playing Counter Thrust, and that is why my dogs are out in a line formation in the middle. I kind of pushed up as fast as I can. He has a very close combat army, Dread Elf army, so that's something to pay attention towards. Here's a better picture over here. I don't think I took pictures of his unit specifically. Maybe I did. No, I did not. I did not. Alright, so actually, let's go over to this picture first. Over on the far right, he has a unit of Dark Riders. I believe he has a unit of Acolytes. He has a unit of Spearmen, and then he has his BSB on the altar. He has 2 Bolt Throwers. He has a giant block of Tower Guard with a character in there. I think the Wizard's in there to keep it bodyguarded. He has, and then we'll go to the left side, another unit of Dark Raiders, and then he has 2 Krakens. Now the Krakens do double or multi wounds, D3 multi wounds each. Knowing that when we were going back and forth on the on the counter thrust, I measured how much distance do I have in that building, and I kind of did this on purpose. It was a huge plan from the get-go because I knew he had 2 Krakens, and I was just like, I kind of have to avoid these 2 fucking Krakens. Because these Krakens are going to monster hunt my 2 spiders. Now, especially my 1 spider. My 1 spider's worth a bajillion points. So I'm just like, I have to keep him close to the Iron Orcs. And the Iron Orcs, as you can see, are right there by the building. And I did this on purpose to bait him because I knew if I doubled up the spiders on one side, he would double up his Krakens on one side. Just makes sense, right? As you can see on the right side, though, my big units are over on the right side. We're playing secure target. You can see the 2 targets are out there. One's by the trees, one's by the building. And let's go over turn 1. It looks like I took turn 1. Turn 1! Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins turn 1. As you can see, I've moved the K-Pack to the right. Now, the one thing I'm thinking about now that I kind of felt like about when I did it was I moved my Wolf Riders next to Zod, which, of course, I need to be in the leadership bubble. Yada yada yada, but I think I should have moved them closer to the spiders. I think my reasoning for that was Zod's a little too far from the spiders, so he is going to I can't chaff his monsters, he'll just terror check me, blah 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 blah. You got me. I go ahead and I move my Iron Orcs just angled enough so that way if he marches his full march with the Hydras, I could still see them. I could probably potentially get a flank with them. So I left them like so, and they're far enough where I don't care if his altar charges in, and so same thing with the Savages. Savages are just a little too far from charge range from him, and right now I'm just trying to walk. I think the 30 Goblins, the Horde, are just trying to shoot his Dark Riders. He does have a unit of crossbowmen in that little building on the right side, and then my K-Pack are just trying to stay inside general bubbles and also threaten his flanks. Magic, I got a 1 on the flux. Go ahead and I do a Hand of Heaven onto one of his Krakens, and I think I might have pulled in a wound, maybe. I do a Wrath of God on like 3 dice, get it off, and I put it right here on his hill, on the hill right next to his freaking tower guard. Fuck the tower guard. Over here, I'm gonna start shooting into him, and I shoot into his. It looks like I shot into his spearman, and I just killed a couple of those. Yeah. Ooh. How did I kill that? Jesus Christ! I killed 6. I don't even believe that shit. That's crazy. And yeah, that is turn 1. As you can see, that's how the table looks. Oh, no. We're still shooting. I'm shooting these guys into his freaking, his Dark Raiders, end up doing 1 wound. Now it's turn 1. Turn 1! Dark Elves. Dark Elves, turn 1. Dread Elves, excuse me. His... Not sure what the... Oh, I think I just took a picture of this. This is awesome. This is so fucking cool. This is just a unit filler in his Spearman unit, but you can see it's Medusa turning people into stone. That is fucking ridiculous. I love it. Anyways, he does exactly what I thought he would do. He moves his Kraken straight up, and he blocks my spiders from charging him, so that way I can't like double charge both spiders into one of his Krakens. He blocks me with his freaking chaff. Now, as you can see on the right, I still left it where my freaking Iron Orcs could see him. I see it, but I am not pointing it out. I am not looking. I'm just pretending I'm looking the wrong way because I know where I'm going to charge next turn. His tower guards start to move up because they're afraid of getting exploded by the freaking by the comet, the Wrath of Gork. Actually, they stay up there. I think he was playing with it. I think he just said fuck it and he just left it as is. And basically, that's kind of where the table looks. Magic, he ends up getting a 2 on the flux. Goes ahead and he does Fate's Judgment on my chariots, kills one of the chariots, and then the comet comes down, and it comes down pretty pathetic, only 2 inches. But boom! It took out a good chunk of freaking tower guard. It took out 3, 6, 7, 8 tower guard. These guys are going to start shooting to my chariots. They put on a couple more wounds onto my chariots. These guys are shooting into my goblins. They end up killing 3 goblins. These guys start shooting into my dogs. Kills 2 dogs. And it's going to start off turn 2 Orcs and Goblins. Turn 2 Orcs and Goblins. I'm going to call it the WOG! I WOG, and I freaking go straight into the flank of that fucking Kraken. Fuck that Kraken. Oh my god. He was like, son of a bitch. I didn't even see that. He thought it was too far. I think it might have been 15. That's why I WOG. So I need a 10 on 3 dice. And boom! I'm going to get in. Not only am I going to get in, I'm going to freaking charge my chicken rock into the freaking other one. So that way when I hit this one, I'm going to overrun into the next one. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. Oh my god. Alright. As you can see, my savages just move up. I think I actually might have tried to charge my savages into his divine altar. Didn't really matter. I go ahead and I use the single dog that's alive to chaff his tower guard. And I decided to move. If you notice on the left side, I kind of just took my spider and I was like, I'll be fine. I'm going to move the A-Rock. It's going to come this way towards the tower guard. Threaten the tower guard with the savage orcs. And let's go over magic. Whew. So, I don't have the card for it. And what I ended up doing was Smite the Unbeliever and lower the toughness of the Kraken, right? Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use extra hand weapons to kill him. Now, I don't even think he lets it go. I think it just went off. I think what I did was I did Awaken the Beast. He stopped it. I did Smite the Unbeliever. He couldn't stop it. And then I did Reroll to hit with here we go, lads. And yeah, over here we're gonna go to shooting. I'm gonna shoot into his freaking Dark Raiders, kill off a couple more. Over here I go with extra hand weapons. Since I got charged, I'm initiative 3. He ends up killing one of my guys, but holy fuck! These are the wound rolls. These are to wound. Holy shit, I did 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 wounds. 16 fucking wounds to that Kraken. And he's like, holy shit, I decimate it. I overrun it to the next one. And let's get that fight started over here. That one, I ended up doing a couple wounds. And he has it where they're magnetized on the heads. So every head that comes off is a wound. And I believe I might have... Oh, I think this is the spider. Spider did 1 wound to him. He does 1 wound to the spider, even though he multiplies it by D3. And then we decimate that one. Fuck that guy. And I go ahead and I turn around like this, facing his freaking tower guard. And this is just going to be a very downhill game for Ben. Ben, you're a great opponent. Thank you for being a good sport. It's going to be turn 2 Dread Elves. Turn 2 Dread Elves. He charges it to the dog to get it out of the way, of course. Of course! He charges the Divine Altar and the Spearman into the Savages, and both of them fail. Holy shit. Magic ends up getting a 5 on the Flux, goes ahead and gets Scrying and Guiding Light, which is actually pretty good. Over here, these guys are going to start shooting into my Goblins. They end up killing 2 Goblins. I don't know what killed these guys, but he killed like 5 of my Savages somehow with magic or shooting. I think it was the bolt throwers. Yeah, that's how it looks. Turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins, turn 3. I'm going to charge it to the Spear Block. I think he flees with the Spear Block, which is smart. I want to say he fled. Nope, he did not. He did not flee. Over here, I'm going to charge the Iron Orcs and the A-Rock into his Tower Guard. And I'm going to, for the hell of it, I'm going to just charge the freaking Chicken Rock in as well. Now, if all of them get in, this is just going to be glorious. But I don't think all of them get in. I think actually the Spider makes it. So the Iron Orcs make it, the Spider makes it. And this is actually going to be not as good as I thought. I was actually doing this where I was hoping that the, if you could see, this Chicken Rock actually does see them in the front, but he would have to run forward and then turn. I was hoping that the Iron Orcs fail the charge and the Chicken Rock gets in, but that's not how it happened. It's not how it happened. So this is how it looks. Basically, it looks like my Goblins charged into some Dark Raiders who were trying to stop try to chaff me up or something. And I basically put the Goblins there hoping that they just hold the objective now. And Zod didn't even have to come out. Zod just goes into the forest to hide from those bolt throwers. Over here, Magic, I end up getting a Cleansing Fire onto my A-Rock. I go ahead and I put Smite the Unbeliever on these guys. I believe I lower their strength, so that basically they're going to have -1 strength. Go ahead and I do rerolls to hit. I fail it. I go ahead and I do Waken the Beast. I fail it. I fail it on my own. I don't even think he had any magic dice left to dispel. And let's go over Close Combat. Close Combat over here. He basically rips apart my fucking Iron Orcs. He does 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 wounds on my Iron Orcs, and that's even including the fact that they are debuffed, his guys. He does have Scrying up and all that shit. Go ahead and I do my Cleansing Fire. My Cleansing Fire ends up killing 5. And then I go ahead and I just decimate the freaking Tower Guard back. Holy shit. Holy shit. And I left him with like 3 guys. Now, he does have a killing character there, but he also has 2 regular chumps. I'm going to go ahead and reform like this just so I can get as many attacks as I can onto those 3 characters. Over here, Close Combat, I just rack up the fucking wounds. I think I just wiped out all the Spearmen. He did do a shit ton of attacks to kill my back row of my Savages, but look at this. This is my 2 wound roll. Holy fuck. And, yeah. Let's go over, and I overran past his line of sight of his altar, and basically that's how this looks. Now he does charge it to my chariot that's chilling back there. I flee. Actually, I think what happened was he charges with the guys, the acolytes or whatever, the chaff, into my chariot. I take it like a champ. He's going to charge it to my spider, which did not get out of line of sight. Spider's going to take it like a champ. And it's going to start off our turn 3 Dread Elves. Dread Elves, he gets in here. He should get in here, of course. And Magic, he gets a 3 on the Flux. Goes ahead and he does a Crippling Fatigue, but he rolls 444s, so he's going to forget that. Oh, no, he rolls 555s, technically. On Crippling Fatigue. And he puts it on my Spider. Now, that's going to really hurt my Spider. These guys are going to start shooting into this Chicken Rock. They end up racking up a shit. I think this was like in 1 turn of shooting. I had 1 wound on me, but this one, he just hits, wounds, max wounds, hits, wounds, max wounds, and he fucking racked up 7 wounds. I had 1, now I have 7. Holy shit. And I'm in the forest, and I'm long distance. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Over here, these guys are going to start shooting into my Goblins. That's not going to do much. Over here, my Chariot ends up killing 1. He ends up doing a wound. I stick. Over here, Close Combat. Woo! He racks up like 4 or 5 wounds onto my Spider. My Spider goes or no, he racks up 7 wounds onto my spider. My spider goes back, ends up trying to kill his guys. Now, as you can see, the guy that's actually left in the unit was actually an assassin. So the assassin actually wins. They kills a shit ton of my iron orcs. And I believe my iron orcs start to run away. So now my spider's just stuck fighting an assassin and a freaking chariot. So start off turn 4. Turn 4, I charge the K-Pack and Zod into that fucking Divine Altar. And I rallied my goddamn Iron Orcs over there, which is just fucking awesome. I moved my spider. I believe I put it where my Iron Orcs, when they rallied, they're on the hill covering line of sight to my spider, so he can't really shoot me with one of the bolt throwers. I think the other one can shoot me still. I try to charge my spider into the other bolt thrower, but fail to charge. Because I figured if I get in, I don't have to worry about getting shot if it's dead. Right? Magic. I got 3 on the flux. Go ahead and I get reroll a hit onto this fucking altar. But go ahead and I do cleansing fire onto my champion in this unit, because I'm gonna just try to blow up that fucking spear bolt thrower. My chariot actually fled so far, it fled past my iron orcs over here. And go ahead and I do 3 wounds with the cleansing fire. Didn't do enough to kill it. Over here, close combat. Ooh. I go ahead and I do impact hits alone. Impact hits does about 2 wounds, and then or a couple wounds. He goes ahead and does 2 wounds back to me. I freaking ward save them both. I go ahead and I do 4 wounds total. Pop that son of a bitch. I think I killed him with like a boar or the orc. My general's just a fucking beast. And as you can see, that's how it looks. Now, his assassin does live. His assassin is just sitting there because he killed the spider, of course. My general was in combat with the altar. So was the K-Pack, and my iron orcs weren't fighting anybody. So the assassin actually just walks the fuck away. He walks the fuck away. Now, he's looking at my general. I left my general here because I was afraid that if anything happens, my goblins will run off the objective. My savages are safe, nothing really bothering them up there. My goblins are the only ones holding the objective right now, and it's like later turn, was it turn 4 or 5, so there's no way anybody's going to get to the objective after this turn. So I left my general there for that reason. Now he's contemplating charging into my general with his assassin, which actually is very fucking scary, especially since I only have 2 wounds. It is Zod, but it's not like last edition Zod, where Zod was just a fucking beast. It's gonna start off turn 4. Turn 4, he goes for the fucking charge, and he gets in like so. These guys were, I don't know what they're doing. It looks like he killed my spider. I think he shot it to death with a bolt thrower. He did the bolt thrower, shot the spider. This bolt thrower starts shooting into the K-Pack, causes a panic. This guy ends up killing fucking Zod, and I had to pass a leadership 6 check on my goblins to get him off the objective, and they fucking passed the 6 check. Woo! That fucking wins me the game right there, because now my savage is going to clear up there, my iron orc's going to clear up there, and all he has left is the assassin. I moved my goblins out wide so I could just shoot at him. And basically, as you can see, everything's getting wiped out up here. He'd contemplated, I think this is like his turn 5 or something like that. He contemplated pincering me in, but the thing is, it's a long charge on both, and if he doesn't get the rear charge off, he's just going to lose this assassin. And he kind of knows that. His assassin has like 1 wound left. I've got the 3 shady gets. I could just challenge out and then just kill him or some shit like that. I don't remember how we thought about it. But he, we ended up, he ended up trying to just cause a panic check. That's what it was coming down to, was because he caused a panic check to get me off the objective and shoot enough goblins to cause the panic check. Or will he make the long charge? What ends up happening is we test it after the fact. After the game, we said, could he have made it? And we rolled the dice, and he could not have made it. He would have failed. He goes in and he shoots, doesn't cause a panic. Up here, I end up just wiping out the rest. Over here, he ends up just shooting out the last of my chariots. Turn 6, I just turned around to cause a panic on him. I ignored that guy because that guy had like hard target, soft cover, whatever, award save. I was like, fuck that guy. I'm gonna just try to cause panic. Do a couple wounds here. Nothing really happens. Turn 6. He tries a long bomb charge into my savages. Now I'm holding the objective. Oh, that was the other thing too, is if he actually made the charge, he would have been contesting the objective with that unit. So I moved my savages closer anyways. So now I'm holding the objective with 2 units. He's going to try the charge. He gets in like so. What the flying fuck? He does a couple wounds, I think. I don't remember. These guys are going to charge in because we said, fuck it, let's just go for it. He charges in. And what ends up happening is my goblins actually repel him because I have the Shady Gets. Shady Gets kind of actually fuck him up. And they win, turn around. The savages he ends up killing a bunch. Or I might have just challenged out and just said, fuck it. But I end up sticking on a steadfast. And that is it. That is game. Holy shit, it's actually a huge win. It's a 20-0 win for me. It might have been 19-1, but I held the objective. I have a lot of units left. He only has really just that assassin left, and I think like a couple Dark Raiders. So it is a huge, huge victory for James, Mr. Shyhammer, and it's going to start. That's going to basically be the last game until my final game, which, as you can see, here's a sneak peek. I was offered $100 by Mr. Michael Eyes to beat Justin Berge, and not only beat him, I had to get a 20-0 to beat him, because that gave Michael Eyes a chance to get first place. So if you guys already know what happens, you already know what happens. But basically, my last game is against Justin Berge, and this is actually a very good game. It's a very fun game, and it's a very tactical game. And I can't wait to get you guys that video. Okay, guys, I got that game coming up. I got 5 games coming up from Masters, and then I should be going to Corner Hammer in a couple weeks. I am not ready. I'm being 100% honest with you guys. I am not ready at all whatsoever. I haven't played any games. I know a lot of people are saying, let's go play some games on Newbie. I just have a lot of going on at home, and I got to get into it. I know I got to get into it. I got to get the bug again, but until then, I'm going to keep on trying to pump out these battle reports. I'm going to keep on. I'm going to the dojo tonight, the Dice Dojo, which is a local store by my house. I got to pick up some supplies, some paint, some glues, and all that shit. But maybe I'll get back into it very soon. Who knows? I really need to get some practice in though. Right now, I'm really contemplating this game. This game right here that I just did was like one of the reasons why I haven't took out Black Orcs out of my list. But currently, my current list, I've been playing with squigs, about like 32 bodies of squigs roughly. And what do you guys think? Put some comments down below. Should I take squigs? Should I take Black Orcs? With the squigs, I'm allowed to get extra chaff, which is something huge that hit me in Masters. I've also been playing with Doom Divers. So that's something new that I've been playing with, and that's also why I need the glue. Anyways, guys, leave your comments down below, and I would like to hear what you guys think. And until then, let's see. I'm going to leave my Patreon down below as well. The Patreon is to help me get to Serbia for the ETC, as well as get my new camera. Yeah, so if you guys want to donate anything helps, $1 to $5, or anything more. If you do, there is a reward if you haven't signed up for it already, but you can get a pair of Koopa dice, which is literally a dice with Koopa's face on it that says Koopa. But yeah, if you guys haven't done that already, you could always still do that. And like, share, subscribe. MVP is honestly those Black Orcs. Those Black Orcs fucked up the Krakens in one fell swoop. And I gotta give them a shit ton of credit for that. The Goblins are a close runner-up. The Goblins actually just held the objective and just did good with passing 2 leadership checks, which were just fucking clutch from not losing the objective. But besides that, guys, until next time, peace.